Good morning to everyone. Last class, we have completed till sum number 8. Today, we are going to do sum number 9 and also we will discuss under conversion method how to prepare final accounts from incomplete records. Let me see sum number 9 first. Sum number 9. Anand does not keep his books under double entry system. Find the profit or loss made by him for the year ending 31st March 2019. Particulars, two date details are given. Look at the first date, 31st March 2018. Then next date, 31st March 2019. First date detail denotes previous year closing balance will be the next year opening balance. That means next year beginning 1st April 2018. So this date detail will be written as April 1st 2018. That means year beginning opening balance details are given under this date. Look at the first one, cash at bank. Year beginning 5000 DR debit balance. So favorable balance. Bank balance shows favorable. That means it will be shown under asset side. Whereas year end value 60,000. Credit balance. That means bank balance shows unfavorable. So this amount will be shown under liability side. Next one, cash in hand, stock of goods, sundry debtors, plant and machinery, land and building, and sundry creditors. Anand had withdrawn 60,000 for his personal use. So this amount denotes drawings. This will be used step 3 while preparing statement of profit or loss. He had introduced rupees 17,000 as capital for expansion of his business. So this amount denotes additional capital. Create a provision of 5% on debtors. Plant and machinery is to be depreciated at 10%. So these two items are called adjustments. Usually these adjustments will be shown while preparing closing capital. Why we should not show while preparing opening capital? Usually the year beginning the assets will not used to get depreciated. So after using 12 months, we come to know these assets used to get depreciated. So while preparing closing capital only, we have to show these adjustments. So look at the first step. Calculation of opening capital. Statement of affairs of Mr. Anand as on 1st April 2018. Segregate the assets and liabilities. Look at the first one. Cash at bank, debit balance 5,000, cash in hand 3,000, stock 35,000, sundry debtors 1 lakh, plant and machinery 80,000. So regarding these two assets, adjustments are given. We should not show while preparing opening capital. Land and building 1,40,000. Then sundry creditors 1,70,000. So we have segregated assets and liabilities. Now put the total under asset side. Asset side total 3,63,000. Liability side only one item, sundry creditors 1,70,000. So subtract these two amount. We got 1,93,000. We found opening capital 1,93,000. So inside the bracket, you have to write balancing figure. In this step, we found opening capital. Move on to step number 2, calculation of closing capital. First one, cash at bank, unfavorable balance. So it will be shown under liability side, 60,000. Cash in hand, 4,500. Stock 45,000, Then look at the next one. Sundry debtors 90,000. Adjustment, show the adjustment here. Provision on debtors 90,000 into 5 by 100. So 4,500. So bad and doubtful debts on debtors. So we have given credit sales to our customers 90,000. So year end 5% will be declared as provision on debtors. That means this 4,500 may receive or may not receive. So this will be the loss for the business. So instead of receiving 90,000 from sundry debtors year end, we are going to receive 85,500 only. So deduct these two amounts. Remaining balance amount will be written as outer column, sundry debtors year end value. Then look at plant and machinery value shows 80,000. After using 12 months, usually these assets used to get depreciate 10%. So 80,000 into 10 by 100, 8,000 value of machinery has depreciated. So year end plant and machinery value shows 80,000 minus 8,000, 72,000. Land and building 1,40,000. Then creditors value 1,30,000. So we have segregated all the assets and liabilities with adjustments. Now look at asset side total 3,47,000. Liability side, if we add cash at bank, credit balance and creditors 1,30,000, 1,90,000. So subtract these two amount, we got 1,57,000 will be written as closing capital inside the bracket balancing figure. So 1,57,000 closing capital we found in this step. Then as usual, what is the next step? Statement of profit or loss of Mr. Anand for the year ended 31st March 2019. Particulars amount column, closing capital which we found in step number 2, 1,57,000. Next step as per formula, add drawings which is available in the question 60,000. Add these two amount 2,17,000. Then as per formula, less additional capital is also given in question 17,000. So deduct these two amount 2 lakhs we got. This is called adjust closing capital. Next step, less opening capital which we found in step number 1, 1,93,000. So compare these two capital, adjust closing capital and opening capital. Adjust closing capital is more than the opening capital. It denotes profit. So profit 7,000. Profit for the year 7,000. Now look at the next one. Under first method we have completed all the sums. Next method is called conversion method. So under this method, how to prepare final accounts? What do you mean by conversion method? If it is desired to calculate profit by preparing trading and profit and loss account under single entry, then it is called conversion method. Since the accounts are recorded under single entry system, how to prepare final accounts? So the following steps to be followed to prepare final accounts from incomplete records. Opening statement of affairs is to be prepared to find out opening capital. Then we have to find out some missing figures with the available data. Have to prepare total debtors account, total creditors account, then final accounts to be prepared. In simple, these are the steps to be followed to prepare final accounts from incomplete records. In the question, if they asked us to prepare trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet, what are the steps to be used? Step 1, calculation of opening capital. Step 2, total debtors account. Under this account, we are going to find credit sales or closing debtors. If credit sales is given in the question, we have to find out closing debtors. Both are available in the question. We need not prepare this step. Likewise, step 3, total creditors account. Under this step, we are going to find credit purchases or closing creditors. So both are given, need not prepare total creditors account. So with the help of these 3 steps only, we can prepare final accounts. Let me see the format for 4 accounts. You have to memorize these 4 account format. First one, if you want to prepare total debtors account, the first account is bills receivable account. So both the sides of the accountancy notebook we are going to use. Center of the page, write the heading bills receivable account. Debit side to balance BD. Balance BD in the sense beginning value of name of the heading. Here beginning bills receivable value will be written here. Then move on to credit side by cash or bank account. If we have received any cash or check, bills receivable honored, that amount will be written credit side. Then if any B or dishonored, it will be written as by sundry debtors account. Third one, credit side by balance CD, closing value of bills receivable account. BD in the sense brought down, that means beginning value of name of the heading bills receivable. Opposite side balance CD in the sense closing value of name of the heading. So these 3 items used to enter under bills receivable account credit side. Then debit side beginning value brought down we have written. Then second one, to sundry debtors account. The differences between debit side and credit side will be written as sundry debtors account. Balancing figure, that means bills receivable received during the year. In this step, this will be the answer. Then look at the next one, format of total debtors account. So write the heading total debtors account, segregate to debit side and credit side. Both the sides we are going to use. Debit side to balance brought down. Any account BD, CD in the sense beginning value, closing value of name of the heading. So balance brought down debtors beginning value, opening value. Here beginning value we are going to write here. The next one, to bank account, if any check is dishonored, should be written here. Then bills receivable account, any B or dishonored amount should be written here. Then move on to credit side by cash account. That means if we have received any cash from debtors, used to write here. Then by bank account, we have received any check from debtors will be written here. Then sundry debtors. Debtors in the sense we have given credit sales to our customer. While giving credit sale, we as a seller we used to give discount. So how much you have allowed discount? Likewise, by discount allowed account amount, then sales written while selling some goods due to disquality, these goods written by our customer. So by sales written account. Then fourth one, by bad debts account. Bad debts account, the amount which are not recoverable from sundry debtors. It is a loss for the business. That amount should be written here. Then by bills receivable account, the previous step under bills receivable account, the answer which we got in under bills receivable account, that amount should be written here by bills receivable account. So keep it in your mind. The items, 2 items which we have already used under VR account, again we are using. One is bills dishonored. Previous step also we have used Again, here also we are using. And then one more thing, under bills receivable account, the answer which we are getting will be used again under total debtors account. Then last one, by balance CD, carry down. C for closing value of debtors amount should be written here. Then move on to debit side, which will be the balancing figure. Answer in this step, credit sales. Differences between debit side and credit side. Always credit side will be more. So differences will be written as credit sales. Suppose if they ask to find out total sales, formula for finding total sales, cash sales plus credit sales. Then look at the next one, format of bills payable account. So center of the page, write the heading, bills payable account. Want to debit side, to cash or bank account. That means if we have paid any amount towards bills payable, will be written under debit side. To sundry creditors, that means bills payable dishonored. Then to balance CD, closing value carried down, closing value of bills payable. Want to debit credit side, by balance BD, beginning value of bills payable amount should be written here. Then the differences between debit side and credit side, the answer is by sundry creditors account, that means bills accepted, balancing figure. This is the answer in this step. Then next step, format of total creditors account. Center of the page, write the heading total creditors account, debit side and credit side. Look at debit side, to cash account, that means cash paid to creditors. Amount should be written here. Then to bank account, we have paid any amount through check, should be written as to bank account. Then to bills payable account, previous step, that means under bills payable account, how much we have found the answer in that step should be written here. Then to discount received, while we are purchasing goods on credit from our suppliers, we used to get discount. So according to us, that amount should be written as to discount received. To purchase returned, while you are purchasing goods on credit, due to disquality, we are returning goods to our suppliers. That value of goods should be written here. To balance carry down. Carry down in the sense closing value of, name of the heading. Name of the heading is creditors. Closing value of creditors will be written here. Want to credit side? By balance BD, brought down, beginning value of creditors amount. Then by bank account, checks dishonored. By bills payable account, previous step, bills dishonored amount already we have used under bills payable account. Again it will appear under total creditors account. Then by credit purchases, this will be the missing figure in this step. So the differences between debit side and credit side will be written as credit purchases, balancing figure. If they asked us to find out total purchase, formula for finding total purchases equal to cash purchases plus credit purchases. So these are the four formulas: bills receivable account, total debtors account, both are interrelated. Then bills payable account and total creditors account. So these four account format you should thorough, then only we can do the sums. So next session we will do sum number 10 onwards. Thank you.